Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Brave New World is a dystopian novel that envisions a future where society is meticulously engineered by the state to ensure universal happiness and stability. Through advanced reproductive technology, psychological manipulation, and the suppression of individuality, citizens are conditioned to conform to a caste system and embrace consumerism as a form of social control. The narrative follows Bernard Marx and John the Savage, who challenge the societal norms, highlighting the loss of human dignity, freedom, and the deep-seated human need for meaningful connections. This cautionary tale explores the dangerous trade-offs of sacrificing liberty for a superficial peace. Let's deep dive into the book. Brave New World opens in a futuristic society known as the World State, where humans are genetically engineered and conditioned for their roles in life. The story begins in the central London hatchery and conditioning center, where embryos are produced on a mass scale and predestined to belong to one of 5 castes: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, or Epsilon, each with varying degrees of intelligence and labor. Bernard Marx, an Alpha Plus psychologist, feels out of place due to his physical stature and intellectual curiosity, unlike his peers. He invites Lenina Crown, a conventional Beta, to visit a savage reservation in New Mexico, a place not affected by the World State's control, illustrating the contrast between the controlled, sterile society and one that still practices marriage, natural birth, family, and religion. On the reservation, they meet John, the Savage, who was born from Linda, a woman from the World State who got lost there years ago. John's father is revealed to be the director of hatcheries and conditioning, making John's existence a scandal. Fascinated by John's background, Bernard arranges to bring him and Linda back to London. John's arrival in London causes a sensation. He is disgusted by the promiscuity and shallow consumerism of the World State. His Shakespearean ideals clash with the society's principles, leading to his alienation. Meanwhile, Linda, unable to integrate back into society, spends her remaining days in a soma-induced haze until her death. John's relationship with Lenina develops, but his desire for meaningful connection and her conditioned promiscuity create a rift. His rejection of her advances culminates in a violent outburst, showcasing the profound misunderstanding between their worlds. Mustafa Mond, the world controller for Western Europe, takes an interest in John and Bernard. He explains the rationale behind the World State systems. Stability and happiness are paramount, achieved through the eradication of family, culture, and religion. Individuality and freedom are sacrificed for societal good. Bernard's defiance and his association with John lead to his downfall. Threatened with exile to an island for nonconformists, Bernard pleads for mercy, but to no avail. His friend Helmholtz Watson, a writer who also seeks more than the shallow gratifications of their society, chooses exile willingly, seeing it as an opportunity for true freedom and creativity. John's struggle to find a place for himself intensifies. He attempts to live in isolation, rejecting the World State's values and trying to purify himself through self-flagellation. However, his actions attract crowds, turning his suffering into a public spectacle, further highlighting the impossibility of escaping the World State's influence. In a final act of defiance, John participates in a violent riot over soma distribution, a symbol of the society's dependence on chemical happiness. This event marks the culmination of his resistance against the World State and his inability to reconcile his beliefs with the reality around him. The novel concludes with John's suicide, a tragic acknowledgement of his inability to find freedom or belonging in either the World State or the savage reservation. His death serves as a grim commentary on the costs of societal control and the erasure of individuality and human emotion. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. Control through technology and conditioning. Brave New World explores the pervasive control exerted over society through advanced technology and psychological conditioning. From birth, individuals are genetically engineered and indoctrinated to fulfill specific roles, ensuring a stable, hierarchical society. This theme critiques the potential for science and technology to manipulate human nature and social order, raising questions about the sacrifice of individuality and freedom for the sake of societal stability and efficiency. The illusion of happiness. The society in Brave New World is founded on the principle of maintaining happiness at all costs, primarily through the use of the drug soma, which suppresses unpleasant emotions. This theme challenges the value and authenticity of a happiness that is chemically induced and devoid of the full range of human experiences, including suffering and true joy. It prompts reflection on the meaning of happiness and whether it can be genuinely achieved without autonomy and the capacity to experience life's highs and lows. The loss of individuality. In Huxley's dystopian world, conformity is enforced, and individualism is seen as a threat to societal harmony. This theme delves into the consequences of a society that prioritizes uniformity and efficiency over personal identity and freedom. It critiques the dehumanizing effects of a system that diminishes personal choice, creativity, and the development of one's unique self, highlighting the inherent value of individual differences and the dangers of their suppression. The role of science and technology in society. The novel scrutinizes the role of science and technology not as neutral tools, but as instruments that can be used to engineer society in specific ways. It raises ethical questions about scientific progress, particularly in genetics and psychology, and its potential to fundamentally alter human relationships, culture, and even the essence of what it means to be human. This theme invites a critical examination of the moral and ethical boundaries of scientific inquiry and its application in shaping human civilization. The destruction of the natural world. Brave New World presents a society where the natural world is entirely subjugated and altered to fit human needs and desires, reflecting a broader theme of environmental destruction and disregard for nature. The absence of a genuine connection to the natural world in Huxley's dystopia serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of exploiting and distancing ourselves from nature, suggesting that such disconnection leads to a loss of humanity and an impoverished existence. Let's talk about the author. Aldous Huxley was an English writer and philosopher born on July 26, 1894, in Godalming, Surrey. He hailed from a prominent family with a rich intellectual heritage. Huxley initially pursued a career in medicine at Oxford University, but an eye illness left him partially blind, redirecting him towards a literary path. He gained acclaim through novels, essays, and wide-ranging works, including the dystopian masterpiece Brave New World, 1932, which critiques modern society's reliance on science and technology at the expense of individuality and moral values. Huxley's visionary ideas and critique of societal trends made him one of the most influential writers of the 20th century. He died on November 22, 1963, in Los Angeles, California. Sincere thanks for watching. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. If this book summary has been helpful, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Regardless, I wish you a great day.